Hello, my name is Gunpil Hwang, and you can call me GP. So it's my pleasure to be here to talk about like robotics in the food service industry. So uh, I'm gonna start the presentation about the robotics and then automations. But before starting that, I want to invite the distinguished speaker from the Smashburger, the Kelly.
Thanks, JP. Can you hear me okay? I'm Kelly Saunders. I've been with Smashburger for almost 14 years and have the pleasure of connecting with JP and his team to learn more about what they're doing. Very intrigued about how robotics could possibly help us look forward into the future and find ways that we could embrace it and maybe have better balance within our work streams of having jobs that people really want to do. And so what I'll be doing throughout the discussion is sharing just some insights from an operator's perspective as well as a learning professional's perspective of how some of these ideas could apply to us. So my job is to kind of stretch your thinking and help you reflect on how thinking about robotics doesn't have to be just in the future, but it could be a reality today.
Right. So yeah, so let's start our presentation today. So our topic is embracing automation and robotics in the kitchens. So eventually it can improve like employee satisfaction and operational efficiency and like enhancing the guest experiences. So I'm gonna start the presentation. So why should we consider to use robots? I'm pretty sure that you know the robots, right? You have an image like industrial robots are making like cars or like working in the Tesla like Gigafactory or something. But we should consider why we should you try to use a robot in the especially for the food service industry. So far, like in the food service industry, we've been like try to transfer and then give the exceptional culinary experiences to the customers. And to our credit, we've successfully done so. But I think the landscape had changed. So when I come to this like workforce management summit here, all the topics in the workshop says labor shortage, staffing challenge, like turnover, training, and retentions. So, but I think we've like handled this topic for 10 years, but the turnover and the labor shortage is not that solved. So now we are trying to give you one of the like a solution to this fundamental kind of a problem. So I believe that the robotic kitchen can give you like fundamental and practical and sustainable solution to this problem. So the Kelly, do you think the robotic kitchen is just a future of a dream, or are they a present reality?
I think we have been aware of how robotics could possibly be part of the restaurant technology solution, but that it, in my frame of mind, is always sat kind of in the future, like someday we'll get there. But now when we look at the pressures of the other pressures that we've talked about today in the last 2 days, I think it needs to be pushed further into the forefront of more of today's reality. What we need to think about today, how can we stretch our thinking today to help us bring robotics into our industry to help alleviate some of those labor pain points.
Right. I so agree with that. So I think that we can like solve that with the robotic solution, the pain points. So I want to show you some like pictures about the robotic kitchens. So this is actually the present reality. So like a lot of brands like Miso Robotics or Picnic or Hyphen or Aniai, they are making some food with the robots, like using coffee, like making like coffee pizzas, fries, salad, burgers, and more. So we believe that this is now in the process of like solving those of a problem in this culinary the industry. So I will show you a video and which is in live in Korea. So like this restaurant, they do not actually cook the patties or smash the patties by the staff. The robots are doing all of that. So anyone you visit the Korea can try what the robotic kitchen actually cooked. So from this, we will talk about like three kind of remarkable advantages of robotic kitchens. And then we believe that these have three benefits. The first one is the efficiency, and the second one is the robots are consistent, can make a consistent high quality food. And third one is that they are very good at dedicated. So we'll talk about three types of this benefit in this workshop. So first one is robot can increase your efficiency in the restaurant and can optimize your revenue. So we will talk about typical kitchen. So when an order comes in, like staff gonna like start the cooking buns or like tossing buns or cooking patties or like preparing some veggies or sauces or try to preparation for the packaging. So this is working as a serial manner, which means one by one. So following on others. So in order to like increase the like outputs and profit, like not increasing the menu prices, so we need more staff, or we have often resort to like invest on the training. So I think this is like common in the like conventional kitchen. What about your cases, or can you share your experience or insights in the typical kitchens?
Yes, so in a Smashburger kitchen, for us to get a cook to 100% proficiency, we plan for 30 days, right, start to finish. So to be 100% proficient on the grill, being able to have the throughput that we need, that 30 days of practice and repetition is necessary. And so when you look at the robotics impact and how quickly that ramp-up period can get reduced, that's very interesting to me.
Right. So actually, you mentioned about like 30 days of training to do the like grilling like that. So that is actually very interesting because like a previous workshop before this, they mentioned about all the training for like making some books, making some brochure for training like 30 days. But this robotic kitchen can give you like more insights, and the training for staff using a robotic kitchen can be less than a day.
Right.
Yeah.
So training a brand new cook on the robotic management would take a couple of hours.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm gonna show you how actually this works. So actually, when we train our brand or operator or customers and then staff in the restaurant, we need like 10 minutes. So I will show you a video how actually it is work in detail. So when an order comes in, it automatically like starts cooking the patties through the robotic kitchens. And then the staff, what they have to do, just loading a patty and do other things like preparing veggies. And then while like staff gonna do other thing, the robotic kitchen simultaneously like cook the patties. So when you see this video, the staff doesn't care about how the patties are cooked. So after cooking the patties, the robotic kitchen like automatically move finished patty one by one to the designated area, which has a like hot plate to maintain the temperature. And you don't worry about how the overcooking or undercooking through the like flat top griddle. And after that, the staff gonna do is just bring a finished patty and to finish the final assembly here. So when you use your robotic kitchen in your backup house operations, in order to like increase the revenue, like optimize the revenue or profit, the like adding staff or any additional training is not needed. So it's like just remain flat. So you can optimize your revenue even just using a robotic kitchens. And the second, benefit, I think this is a most, beneficial, have a lot of benefit in the kitchens, because this robotic kitchen can make consistent, high quality food at every location in the world. So eventually it can enhance the customer satisfactions. So like I think some brands at here know about how to cook the patties, but I think you might think that cooking patties is really easy because you cook the patties in just a house, like a few patties. But when you think about that, cooking patties with 1,000 different locations with different staff, it becomes a massive challenge. So because if the 10,000 different location with the 1,000 different staff, if they cook the patties, they have to read the circumstance and environment of the patties, like using their eyes, their nose, their hands to detect the circumstance and the progress of the patties. And then 1,000 different like staff have to decide what to do next. If it is undercooked, what we have to do? Do we have to throw away, or do we can use this? And then it can like eventually go to the 1 million different acts, like decisions and acts. So I think this is very common in every location and every brands and every restaurant. So how challenging is that to maintain a quality of food in the brands?
Yes. Well, I will answer that question, but looking out in the room, I see several individuals that I know have smashed a burger or made a burger in their lifetime. And so I'm sure you're all reflecting back in your history and thinking about it. At Smashburger, there's 8 critical steps to get a burger right. And given that 30-day period, if a cook is on day 5, the accuracy level is much lower than if we get them to day 30. So our biggest guest complaint is overcooked burgers. And so consistency for us is absolutely critical and very hard to achieve.
Right. So when we actually try to, do a lot of pilot tests with the like brands, a lot of headquarters always care about the quality. So they want to give the customers a very great experience and consistent experience when they go to the different locations. So I'm pretty sure, and then I agree about your, how challenging is it?
Very challenging.
Yeah, right. So let's put the robotic kitchen in this kind of a scenario. Then they can cook the frying the French fries, cook the patties, or making some pizzas or coffees. So the robotic kitchen actually use one identical sensor package to detect the status of the patties. They use a vision sensor, temperature sensor, or like pressure sensor to how much we use a pressure to smash make a unique and then consistent like thickness or size of the patties. And then the data is actually go to the cloud-based operating system. So one AI system can decide what the robotic kitchen should do across all the restaurants. And eventually it can go to the one like unique and consistent actions. So it can control all the robotic kitchens across all the restaurants. And the third one is a dedication, like unwavering of a dedication of the robotic kitchen. So it can improve the employee satisfactions. So I think this is really good for the staff in each locations. So when you think about working in the kitchen, it is really demanding in working in the kitchen, like a lot of heat and oils and like fumes. So eventually, I think that working in kitchen can give you or your staff or give you the ergonomy issues like when you do the repetitive task or lifting the heavy, things like a basket of the French fries. And also, the kitchen is really had a lot of heat. So, like without a proper, precautions, you can get burns and heat-related illness. And the third one is sometimes when you cook the patties, like a lot of air pollutants are coming from the food, like smoke, fumes, like oil, mist. So this can give your staff and give you someone working in the kitchen can give you like a kind of air quality enhanced like a disease. So yeah. Before going there, so is it how is it really hard to working in the kitchens? Like with do you have any experience or any get some insight from the staff working in the kitchens?
Who's worked on a grill? How hard is it? It sucks. It's hard, and it's hot. And
Right.
if you work on a grill that is really, really deep, your arms get burned, your hair gets singed. And so in our restaurants, if you have a cook call out in a day, you hope it's not the grill cook because you don't want to have to be the one that gets put on the grill. From a safety standpoint, that is probably burns, whether it's from the fryer side or the grill side. That is most of our safety risk reports.
Okay. So yeah, I saw that like some press release from like a lot of a teenager get burns when they like cook the patties or working in the grill. Yeah, so I think that robotic kitchen can help to solve these issues. So when you put this robotic kitchen into the like replacing the grill with the robots, and then I'm pretty sure that this can give you make the environment in the back of ops operation like safer, and then it can give you like more you can give you better like physical and the mental health, and also eventually it can give make your teams and staff members happier. So I think this is can improve the employee satisfaction, and this is one of the like big benefits to everyone in the working in the restaurants. So do you think it is really good for the staff and working in the restaurant when you try this robotic kitchen into replacing the grill or fryers or some part of operation in the kitchens?
Yeah, JP, GP, sorry.
Okay.
When you challenged me to think about that question when we prepared for this, it made me really think about the dynamics in a Smashburger kitchen, where we typically will run 3 to 4 cooks in that kitchen. And just like we played rock, paper, scissors the other day, sometimes that happens in our kitchen of who has to work on the grill, right? And if you had cooks who knew that grill was managed and consistent, and they didn't have to work in front of that hot grill, and they were working on the sets, making sure that the sets looked amazing, and they had other duties that weren't as stressful as the grill, I truly believe that. I feel like it takes the responsibility and the stress of being a grill cook to a new level.
Right. So if I prefer to have some time to help you and your team to not to do the rock scissors paper in the restaurant.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this, like when you think about this, a lot of remarkable benefits. You might think that okay, robotics kitchens or robots are good, but I don't know how to implement those robotic kitchen into our restaurants, into our kitchens. So I bring some tips to how to solve this kind of operations. So I recommend you to start gradual and think about the sanitary and then start as soon as possible. So for first tip is start by automating a single task. So when you think about the robots, you can do like you want robot to do any types of works in the kitchens, like lifting or loading some ingredients and do the prep process like that. But there's no robot until now can do all at once. So please start by just automating or like doing some giving some work like like grilling or frying to the robots. And then please choose a robot that is really, really easy to clean. So like conventional industrial robot, like you saw in the news or like in the press, like they are not actually designed for the kitchens. So it is really hard to clean the gap in when the oil mist or smoke go to the like joints of the robots. And the third one is start now as soon as possible because in order to adapt your recipes or to train your team in the kitchens, it requires a time. It is not just a very fast operation. So when you try to use a robotic kitchen into the kitchen, you need some time to like prepare the recipes to be adapted by your robots, and then your team should know how to operate in the kitchens. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much.